Now, from the Action 4 studios, sports director Clay Williams and Joe Bowling bring you the best in Valley High School football from the week past and for the week ahead. Highlights, analysis, and predictions from all across the Valley. It's time for Sunday Sports Extra.
It is time for Sunday Sports Extra, and it's time to talk playoffs because Week 8 is done. Week 9 is right around the corner, starting up on Thursday, and here to talk about it is, of course, Joe Bowling, Action 4 sports reporter, and from the Monitor, Todd Oradenker from his 35A beat, which has one of the big games of the week. We're going to talk about it in just a second, but before we do anything, let's let you in on who is in the playoffs as we speak, and let's start from the smallest ones and going up. Small schools, you know, they don't get as much love because there's not as many of them, but La Villa is in. Santa Maria is in with a win. Monte Alto is still alive, and Santa Rosa is in already and a chance to be district champions. In 3A, well, it looks like this. Port Isabel is already in. Hidalgo is in with a win. Rio Hondo, La Feria, Progreso, basically the rest of the district, still alive. Nobody has clinched in 31 3A, however. La Grulla, Kingsville, Zapata, all of them are in with a win, and believe it or not, Raymondville and Lyford are still alive. Meanwhile, let's go up to 4A. Ed Calchelsa in with their win over Mercedes. Rio Grande City and Mercedes both are in with a win. They both control their own destiny, but man, that Mission win over Mission Veterans means that Roma and the Eagles and the Patriots are all still alive for the playoffs. Let's go to 32 5A, where Harlingen South, and Los Fresnos are all in. That's 3 out of 4. But look, there's 4 teams still alive for that final playoff spot: Hanna, Rivera, Veterans, and Lopez. In 31 5A, McAllen is in with their big win over Weslaco. Weslaco and Weslaco East control their own destinies. They are both in with a win. Still alive for the final playoff spots: McAllen Memorial, PSJA, San Benito, McAllen Row, yes, and PSJ Memorial, all still alive. That's why they call it the meat grinder. And finally, in District 35A, Sherland and Edinburg North are in. Donna and Economedes both control their own destiny with wins, still alive, but on the outside looking in, Edinburg Vela and Juarez Lincoln. And that's where we start with the 2 teams that are already in District 35A. It is Sherland, it is Edinburg North. These teams have been looking at each other from across the district for the entire season. Now we are finally here, Week 9. Todd, what do you expect from this game?
I expect a great game. These are 2 very good teams. These are probably the 2 best teams in the district. The two of the best teams in the entire Class 5A in the Valley, and it is a great offense and a great defense, and a very efficient offense and a very efficient defense on Sherland's side. So it is a matchup of these 2 teams that had been looking at each other since week 0. We knew it was going to come to this, and here we are. And
we talk about Sherland, Joe. Once again, they have an offensive, thunderbolt come, and they had 7 different people score, and they had 2 more special teams touchdowns. Only this time it wasn't Sean Landez, it was Justin Harris. So they keep adding people every week who can score on this team.
Yeah, I was trying to find different guys that I could have maybe back-to-back highlights of, and they weren't there because so many different guys have highlights. Here, a punt return for a touchdown pass. It just doesn't matter. They interject guys. What a crazy atmosphere that's going to be. Second to only what may be coming Friday.
Yeah. But let's talk about the fact that Diego Chrysler has been doing so well. But Todd, has Sherland lost anything in the fact that they're down to 1 quarterback now? The fact that Lance Madden hasn't been playing lately?
It hasn't appeared that way,
right.
But it does hurt them a little bit. If one kid, they're just kids, they're just juniors. So if one kid's not having the greatest day in the world, the other one can step in and play. And Lance, if healthy, adds a different element with his speed and with his agility at quarterback. And he also does have a decent arm. It's not as big as Diego's, but he also can throw the ball. So it allows them to both be on the field at the same time. If Diego's the quarterback and Lance is the inside receiver, so that does hurt Sherland in that respect, and we'll see how much Lance can give them, if anything, against Edinburg North.
And it also makes less of a defensive game plan for Edinburg North. Not that they need one from what they have been doing. Their defense has been incredible this year as well. You saw it against Vela. They were able to stop them pretty much cold, Joe. The defense there, that's what turns the crank for Edinburg North. They always get great field position. Matt Whitesides, runs it in. They're all about ball control and defense.
Out of the gate, 133-0. That was their first 4 games in the season, and this team, that's what they hang their hat on, is defense. And you're right, they can control their game plan for 1 quarterback, not 2 styles, and they're going to come after him.
Yeah, they will. And of course, the big news on this defense is that, how great that linebacking core is. Lupe Quintero, we knew it was awesome. Joey Esquivel came over from Sherland, and Did that make the difference on this defense, Todd? How do you see this game coming out?
Well, it helped because they needed a middle linebacker,
Yeah.
and he happened to be a pretty good one that they were he was able to transfer in there. So that worked out. But I think this matchup is going to come down to a lot of different things. There's so many different scenarios. There's so many different ways this game could go. And it really just depends on maybe the start of the game. If Sherland has a good start, punt return, as we saw last week, special teams play, defensive play, if they get up, it's going to be tough for Edinburg North to come back. I'm not sure North can battle back from a 3-touchdown hole or something like that, so it's really dependent on the start of the game.
And your pick is?
I'm going to go with Sherland. It's not the most confident pick, but there's a lot of different ways Edinburg North can win this game. But just the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh, it's so many different ways this game can play out, and more of them favor Sherland, so that's why I'll go with Sherland.
It's a Thursday night game. It is at Cat Stadium. Joe.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same kind of stuff, that if the game is low scoring, Sherland still has that lightning strike, one play capability to score in a low scoring game. They can light it up. I don't think North can go with the shootout, and I just don't think they can shut them out. So again, I'm not confident with a pick, but I got to pick somebody, so I'm going to go with Sherland and all those big playmakers.
At the beginning of the year, I thought Joey Esquivel was the tipping point, and I thought him going to Sherland made Edinburg North's defense that much better. Maybe Sherland's not quite as good. I'm going with Edinburg North. I picked them to win district anyway in this district. But the other two teams that are still alive and control their own destiny, it is Donna and Economedes, and those two teams play each other this week. Gabe Pena's Jaguars came up with a tough win, 14-7 over Edinburg, knocking the Bobcats out of the playoffs. Todd, how does this Economedes team work, and how are they going to be able? They're going to have to put points on the board to beat Donna. How do you see the game going?
I like Donna in this one. Donna, they've lost 3 times, but it's been to Westlaco, Edinburg North, and to Sherland. So there's really been no weak loss there. And Economedes has only lost twice to Edinburg North and Sherland. So something's got to give in this game. But I really like the way Donna's been playing lately, even though with a couple losses. I like Amante Bowen. Hopeful Silva can get back after, not playing too much last week. I like their offense, and I think they're going to come over.
All right, so there's one pick for Donna. When you look at the standings, there they are, 4-2 and 4-2, Donna and Economedes. And Todd picks Donna in this game. Who have you got in the Donna Economedes?
I would like to have seen Economedes score more points last week against Edinburg. Maybe we should give Edinburg's defense more credit, because they held a lot of people to low scoring, but I'm still going to go with Donna in this one. Too much power there.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Donna as well. You saw in the video that Tony Izagiri went down with a knee injury. At the very least, he's going to be gimpy in this one. I've got to go with Donna. Real quick, before we go to break, take a look at the 29 5A standings. And Todd, tell us, it looks like it's going to be Laredo United and Edinburg North in the first round, and that's pretty much what we know from now on. What do you see in this?
United and Donna.
Oh, United and Donna, sorry, because United is Division I and Donna is Division I. How do you see it?
As long as United South doesn't win, they would have to lose their Week 10 game, and Del Rio would have to win their Week 10 game, and they're going to kind of flip there. But as long as United South gets in, they're going to face Sherland, and then we're looking at Sherland, and then that'll bump Alexander to D2, but we'll face probably Economedes, and that's a tough matchup for Econ, but they can still win.
Yeah, well, we will see. It's going to get clearer as we get down to it. Coming up on Sunday Sports Extra, we're going to talk about Mac High, still unbeaten after the big win at Bobby Lackey Stadium, and also talking about that great finish between the Mustangs and the Wildcats. It's all when we come back.